Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another Warzone video. I hope you are having a good day. In today's episode, we are going to talk about how to win more gunfights in Call of Duty Warzone. Do you ever think playing Warzone, like, man, I should have won that gunfight, like, how did I even lose that? What are some extra skills I need to learn to win more gunfights? How can I be more consistent with my kills? Well, not to worry, in today's video we are going to cover some very important topics to help you win more gunfights when playing the game. Winning a gunfight in this game, it feels pretty good. This game is quite competitive at the moment, and getting that little down icon pop up, it's a great feeling. So the objective today is to help you understand some very important mechanics you should be utilizing, also to help you understand specific concepts to assist you with your decision making during gunfights, and overall help you improve at Warzone. Topic number 1, good aim. Easy to do, hard to master is the thought that pops into my head when it comes to aiming in FPS games. It really comes down to repetition and practice in my opinion, unless you're like an aiming genius and you're just naturally gifted, which I am definitely not. I'm just a normal guy just trying to get good at this game. I feel like you need to build muscle memory and just practice to be able to get that godlike aim, or install some software/hardware. Yeah, jokes. Don't do that. If you're one of those hackers, please stop it. You're ruining it for the rest of us, so yeah, just stop. Anyways, it really does take practice to get good aim and just playing the game a lot. Personally, I jump into custom lobbies in multiplayer and just shoot a lot of bots, or go into plunder modes and just practice my aim there. So when playing the game, I try to focus on tracking, flicking, and centering. Another very important factor is learning recoil control on your gun. Recoil control does take some practice, believe it or not. Every gun is a little bit different, but basically if the gun has vertical recoil, just drag your mouse or joystick down. Also, depending on how much the gun recoils, you need to adjust how fast you drag down. This is super important when it comes to hitting your shots, and to be able to keep your crosshair level at the target is super important. I used to make the mistake of shooting and then dragging my mouse down, especially in intense gunfights. Now I make a conscious effort to drag down my mouse as soon as I shoot, just to make sure I hit my targets and keep my crosshair level. Guns with horizontal recoil, what I notice helps is strafing left or right while shooting. This way you can counteract the recoil when it goes in a certain direction. If you know the gun recoil pattern is going up and left, for example, try to make a conscious effort to drag your mouse or joystick down and right. Again guys, when it comes to recoil control, people say, hey, do this, you'll hit your shots every time. But in reality, you do need to practice, get the reps in, and really make a conscious effort to control your recoil. Shoot some objects while playing Warzone, jump into plunder modes, or practice in bot lobbies. I'll leave this up to you guys, do what works for you. What I noticed helped me with my aiming is lowering my aim down sight sensitivity. I feel like this really helps with those mid to long range fights. After some testing, some trial and error, I decided to set mine to 80 to help me track targets at a distance a bit easier. To be honest, this has been working really well for me since I changed the sensitivity, and I don't feel like it's affected my close range fights that much. So if you're finding it hard to track targets at a distance, maybe adjust your aim down sight sensitivity and see how you go. Topic number 2, pre-fire at close range. So general rule I noticed when playing FPS games, you see someone, you aim down sight, then you shoot. That's the order, 1, 2, 3. Growing up playing FPS games like Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, that was always the order of things. Now you're playing Warzone, people are slide cancelling, bunny hopping, jump shotting, teleporting behind you, all kinds of stuff. So FPS games are a little bit different now. It's evolved, you can say. And what I've noticed that's been working really well for me during close range gunfights is pre-firing. So bear in mind, these are for scenarios where you know where the enemy is or you can see the target, and the fight is at close range. The way I do things now is I spot the target or predict where he'll be, I shoot and then aim, instead of aiming and then shooting. So by shooting first, you're able to get 1 or 2 bullets into the target a little bit quicker, which can be a huge advantage, especially when fighting in such close quarters. So you can call it pre-firing or using hip fire, but this little adjustment can make a huge difference between winning or losing a gunfight. Try to make a conscious effort when at close range. Tap the shoot button first and then aim down sight. You should be able to win more gunfights using this technique. The goal is to get as much bullets into the enemy as fast as possible using this methodology. When you're in such close quarters, remember to have good centering and you should be able to hit your pre-fire bullets no problems. Mags are quite large in Warzone, so you can afford to miss a bullet or 2 worst case scenario. Play around with it, see how you go. It's not every situation you should do this, but it's a super useful technique utilized by some of the higher tier players. Disclaimer, if you can pre-aim and you know where the enemy is, do it. However, most of the time when you're playing Warzone, people catch you by surprise. You gotta turn corners, scan areas. So that's where pre-firing and then aiming down sight can really come in handy. Really quickly, I just want to say thank you to everyone for checking out my videos. I really do hope they are helping. We just hit 30,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, the A Squad. I do really appreciate you guys. I'll try to continue to make good content. Friendly reminder, if you found this video helpful at all, remember to smash that like button or sub to the YouTube channel if you are interested. But let's continue with the video. Topic number 3, misdirection. Do you ever get a scenario where you shoot an enemy and they start to run away from you? So you're like, yeah, nice, he's running away. I better go chase him down and get that kill. So you're sprinting towards the target thinking, oh man, this is gonna be awesome. I've got the upper hand. My teammates are gonna be so impressed with my stats after I kill this guy. However, out of nowhere, the target jumps out of cover and catches you mid-sprint and beams you. Yep, well, that's happened to me a few times. And it's actually a really good strat using the art of misdirection. Basically, when you're in a gunfight, you can make it seem like you're running away by going into cover or turning the corner and then rechallening the situation. The timing is very important, but basically you want to catch the target mid-sprint, best case scenario, and you also want to swing it as much as possible in case the enemy is pre-aiming or centered where he has seen you last. I'm just going to break down a scenario to demonstrate the topic. I do hope this helps. So in this scenario, we are fighting another team in downtown. I managed to get a couple picks right off the rip. Notice the good centering even when I'm slide cancelling. Centering is very important when it comes to winning gunfights.
Where's everyone?
There's another guy. One shot. So I get shot to my left here and proceed to run away. Guys, if you're not sure where you're being shot from, remember to pay attention to the red marker. This normally indicates the direction you need to be worried about. So at this point, I can armor up and run away and get to a safe position. However, I make a read that he's going to push me, and the target probably thinks I am going to run away. So I try to catch the enemy off guard by jumping around the corner and re-challenging the gunfight. I catch the enemy mid-sprint, which enables me to get a couple shots in first, and I manage to get the kill. As you can see, using the art of misdirection can be really useful catching the enemy off guard. Sometimes you can make reads and trick the enemy to swing the momentum of the gunfight. Topic number 4, utilizing movement during gunfights. I'm not going to go into super details about movement, but I do know it's a very important topic when it comes to winning gunfights. I've already made multiple videos on this subject covering slide cancelling, jump shots, and bunny hop, so make sure to go check them out if you haven't seen them already. I will leave a link in the description. In these videos, I break everything down and explain how to do the moves, when and why specific movements should be utilized. So if you want to learn about movement, I recommend you go check them out. Anyways, one thing I would like to add that I haven't covered is try to make a conscious effort to use movement with the environment. Don't just slide cancel or bunny hop for the sake of looking cool. Really try to utilize the environment to complement your movements. For example, slide cancelling into head glitches, slide cancelling around corners, bunny hopping between cover, swinging around corners to break cameras, etc. I'm going to break down a scenario where I utilize movement to my advantage, and I'm also very aware of the environment. I hope this helps. In this scenario, I am pushing a team in the bunkers.
In the hangar, stunned, Andy?
I turn the corner and I spot a target. It's not looking good. You can pretty much see the laser pointing at my body. Tip mentioned earlier, I shoot my gun straight away and then aim down sight. This is just to get a couple shots in as fast as possible. I also do a jump shot towards the left to make the enemy miss. I managed to get the first down, but I know there is still another target in the background. So using the misdirection method, I slide cancel towards the door to make it look like I'm running away. And then bunny hop back into the gunfight hoping to catch the target off guard. I managed to break armor, however the enemy has cover and I don't. So I'm going to slide cancel towards cover and attack from a different angle. Notice how I changed to my AMAX because I know the gunfight will be at mid-range. I slide a bit further than usual and get to the edge of the box. At this point I know where the target is, so I just aim and fire. I managed to get the down, and as you can see, utilizing movement during gunfights can give you a huge advantage. What I'm going to do is rewind it and play the clip real time, and you'll see this fight actually happens quite quickly.
In the hangar, stunned, Andy? Yep.
I do these breakdowns to slow it down and to point out the little details that we might miss just because everything is happening so fast. I do hope these are helping you guys out. So that is it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy the content. Just some final thoughts. I think jump shots are really important in Warzone when it comes to winning gunfights. As shown in the last example, it can really get you out of sticky situations. If you're on controller and you don't have those back pedals and you're finding it hard to do jump shots, I highly recommend using the button layout bumper, jumper, tactical flip. Your L2 button will be your jump button. That means when you jump, you can keep your right thumb on the joystick. This will enable you to do jump shots with no issues. I'll probably make a separate video on this subject in the future, but I think that should help you guys out for now. Last but not least, I'm going to share my latest loadout that I'm currently using. The Faro is currently my go-to assault rifle. I think this will be the meta after the LMG M82 will be nerfed. To be honest, I don't even have the LMG unlocked yet, but the Faro, I think, to be honest, it kind of just smacks at the moment and is definitely my go-to gun. My secondary I'm using is the PPSH. This is my setup. I really like it. I'm doing really well with it. I think it's one of the top SMGs. Anyways, that is it for me today. As always, I wish you guys all the best and good luck on the Warzone.